Hi everybody. Hey, today I wanted to do this video because I wanted to talk about our health. And where it's the flu season, lots of people are sick, there's lots of sore throats and coughs, and it's been a really bad flu year. And so today I wanted you to know that you have more power over that than they let you ever know from flu shots and all the advertisements we get. So there's so much more to the flu and cold and aches and pains than a virus or germs. Anytime I've seen someone who's sick, especially clients of mine, I will sit and ask them, okay, what's going on in your life? And usually every single time there is something big. There is something that's wearing them down. There's a huge life change. There's something they feel totally powerless over, or some terrible situation, someone they have to deal with they don't like, and they don't feel like they have any power. When things happen in our lives that we feel like we have control over, we do lots better than those things in our lives that feel like life just throws at us that we don't get a lot of say over, and it's hard to wrap your mind around some of those things. And so the reason this is on my mind is this last couple of days, I started to get the flu, and I could just feel that beginning, you know, where your nose burns and this heaviness on my chest. And then I woke up with this horrible pain going all down my shoulder and my neck. I mean, I could barely move. It was so bad. And I thought, okay, before this settles in, I seriously thought, oh, I've got to figure this out. Something's going on. And well, there's a lot, just background. There's just so many things all at once right now that have been going on around me that I haven't had a lot of control over. And what happens is it's all being worked out. Everybody's doing the best they can, and it's all just fine. But what happens is my mind starts to go ahead and think, what about this and what about that, and goes over all the possible horrible things that could happen so that I'm somehow prepared for anything. And pretty soon I feel awful. I'm off in the future worrying about every possibility that could happen, and just all the reasons it's not going to be okay, and am I ready for this, and am I ready for that, and it wears a person down. And I hadn't realized that I was doing that. It was going on in the back of my head like crazy, and then it was settling in. If you have a lot of pain right in here, usually that's when things are feeling out of control and you kind of fight with life a little bit. The flu, all these things are when you're fighting with life. You're resisting what's coming into your life, or the change, or whatever has happened. When something happens to us, be it a job change, a living situation, or something happens to one of our kids, or you know, maybe one of our parents gets sick and we have to take care of them. Life throws some pretty big stuff at us sometimes, and when that happens, we have two choices. We can either line up with it and find all the reasons that we're going to be okay and adjust to it and allow it to work its way through, or we panic and think, no, I'm already busy, I can't do all these things, it's just going to kill me, and we fight with it a little bit because we can't get our mind wrapped around it, and we can feel like a victim. That's when it starts to settle in and we get sick. It wears us down because we're fighting with life instead of moving with it. And for me, all this pain I felt like so many changes were happening. I wanted to control something, and so I was kind of like, I hadn't even realized that, but I was worrying in advance, kind of like that, and it just tightened up like crazy. And so if you feel the flu coming on, or you feel some of this stuff happening, or a really intense ache or pain, there's lots of things to do to unravel it. Sometimes it's deep situations and it's a big family conflict, or there's a lot going on, a lot of change, a lot you can't wrap your head around. That's some of the work we do in sessions. We help you to release that tension, line up with whatever it is that you don't have a choice over, so that you can control yourself, the only thing you really have power over, and create the best possible outcome possible. Because if you fight the experience, it's not going to be a good one. It's going to be painful and draining and hard. And so there's a lot of things like that that we do in sessions that are nice. But one thing you can start with is to sit still, just go find a quiet corner and take some really deep breaths, close your eyes, and try to focus your energy coming deep into the center of your hips, kind of down the center of your gut. Just really quiet everything. And you might have this pain buzzing around or the cold, but get your energy low into your gut and just breathe for 5 or 10 minutes. And then ask, what is it I need to know? What's this about? And just be open, and you might see yourself freaking out about something, all the things you're afraid of. And if you can, write down what the thoughts are. And one of the other videos I did, I think it was Stop Scaring Ourselves. It's in the group, and it's on my page as well. Stop scaring yourself with anxiety thoughts. You can go through that process. I talked about it with sticky notes, writing the thoughts down and questioning them, just to help calm that down, because a lot of the times we are scaring ourselves. We're way into the future. We're places we don't belong. And you can kind of see yourself gripping the situation. And most of the time it's going to be fine. You know, there are ways, there are solutions, there's a lot of help trying to come in, but we lock into, it's all going to be me and I can't do it. And we kind of close ourselves off to the positives that are wanting to come. So you can't know what you're thinking if you don't get quiet, and it's probably something you're not going to expect. So here's another book. If you're not sure and you kind of feel blank, you're in this confusion and you're like, I don't know, I just feel like hell, I feel sick. Sometimes there are a lot of books out there that talk about different emotional contributors that go with every ache and pain and every illness. But lately, this one's my very, very favorite, The Complete Dictionary of Ailments and Disease. And you can't even get this in the US. This is, you have to get from Amazon Canada. You have to go to amazon.ca to even get this. But it's amazing. I mean, it gives you every detail, emotion that could go with any illness. And so it's way cool. So it gives you a direction. If you're not sure what the direction is or what it is that you need to do, then sometimes I'll get these books out. I have several different kinds, shapes, you know, different authors. This one's the most detailed. It's really simple. It's set up just like a dictionary. And you can read it if you get a cavity, if you have a dental problem, anything, an achy toe, it's on here. And it will give you a huge range of the types of emotions and the types of thoughts that could be causing you to hurt. And that gives you kind of a direction if you're not sure. But the first thing is, to just get quiet and listen. And every single time, the message, the bottom line is, find a way to be empowered in this situation. And making peace with the situation is the fastest way to be empowered through anything. And I know that for sure because I couldn't even move yesterday and I was starting to get this flu. It was weird. And I sat in the bathtub. That's where I go. Epsom salt bath. And I just get real quiet. And I start to see myself in these situations panicking. And once I kind of got my thoughts calmed down, I got everything back to neutral, the pain is gone. I never took any medication. I never did anything. The flu's gone. It never really settled in. I just caught the beginning and went, all right, get out of the confusion. And it works. I have done this for so many things. We are rarely ever at the doctor's office because we have so much more power than we realize. So I just wanted to share that with you, to just take a minute, find out what's going on with you. Take some deep breaths and see how you can feel better about the situation. I'm always here for sessions. I use FaceTime. I can do them on the phone. It works really well. So anyway, here's to all of us feeling really great. And thank you for being here. Talk to you soon.